People are playing jokes with the lives of our brothers, and we must not allow that. If they can't give them equipment, let them come back.
The killing of 13 South African soldiers by Rwanda-backed M23 rebels in DR Congo has sparked anger back home. Critics say the government has failed to provide soldiers with what they need to carry out their mission.
Because there is no necessary equipment in our base. They are just called soldiers for the sake of being called soldiers, but there is no capacity at all.
On 25th January, the South African military announced that 9 of its soldiers were killed as they tried to stop M23 advancing into the city of Goma. 7 of those killed were serving under the Southern African Development Community Mission in DRC, while 2 were part of the UN peacekeeping mission. On 28th January, the government announced that 4 more South African soldiers had been killed in the intense fighting with Rwandan-backed rebels. It admitted that the troops had been besieged and were struggling to get supplies or evacuate the injured. However, it dismissed reports that the M23 had taken over the South African base at Sake, 23 kilometers from Goma. Those reports were triggered by videos of South African troops at the base waving a white flag. A spokesperson for the military said that was part of a proposed brief truce between the South Africans and M23 to allow wounded fighters to be evacuated from the front. Later reports say that the South African soldiers had run out of ammunition and other critical supplies to effectively defend themselves. It also reported that the bases housing the troops lack air defense systems, making the soldiers sitting ducks for M23 mortars and rockets. Opposition parties have called for the resignation of Defense Minister Angie Motshekga over the recent deaths. Meanwhile, Parliament's Standing Committee on Defense is demanding an investigation into the combat preparedness of the troops.